Yeah, hi, hello, and welcome, y'all. Alright, so to start this video, I don't want to go into my topic right away. I do want to go ahead and thank y'all for the support on my videos so far. And I try not to apologize too much because it's been a problem of mine, but I do apologize for like not dropping a video the last couple of days. I just haven't been feeling, in the simplest way of saying, creative enough, I guess. I ain't really had the words to put into a video. And even for this topic that I want to speak on, I really haven't had the urge to speak on it. Well, I have, but not to the extent of right now for when I'm making it. But thank y'all for the support. Alright, so to get into my topic now, and it being clear on my thumbnail, but my addiction, and to be specific, it's my addiction to like just to drugs, I guess, to be as simple as possible with it, but specifically like weed and nicotine, and even to an extent coffee, like caffeine, because I have myself a cup of coffee every day and I don't feel like talking too much when I don't have my coffee. And I honestly see that as a problem because, like, I shouldn't be reliant on something as simple as caffeine, which is very addictive. But I don't see I don't see why I should be reliant on it. And I'm trying to be more aware on it. But to get into like my more serious addictions, it would be definitely weed and definitely nicotine, because both of those are something I feel like I can't go on a day-to-day basis without. And that's me like being open about it, because I can hide the fact that I want to smoke and all that, but it's like it changes who I am when I'm not on that stuff. And I feel like when I am on it, it helps me, but in reality, it really isn't. And I'm not gonna say like it's the same for everybody, because some people can handle their weed, some people can handle they may be addicted, but they can handle it at least. Like they can still be a person without it. They can act like themselves without it. But for me, it's like when I don't have the ability to satisfy those urges, it gets bad. I genuinely struggle, and it makes things that I want to do, even making this video, harder to do. Like even at this moment, I'm like kind of like high, so and it helps me talk more. It helps me open up a little more. It helps me calm down my inner troubles, to be as like that's as open as I can be about it for right now. And I just want to like speak on it for a bit, so let's go ahead and get into a little more about it. Okay, so to get into as to how it started, I would say the moment it became an addiction for me, something that I couldn't like live without, was senior year. And why it became a problem was honestly because I I was burning myself out, in the simplest way of saying. Like I was doing a lot, and I was in school at the time, but there were other things I was doing, and I used it as a crutch, not as much as I do now or in like the since the beginning of the year, but it was starting to become a thing that I wanted to do daily. And if I couldn't do it daily, it made a change in my personality. It made a change in how I thought and how I acted around people. And like I wasn't as aware of it at that time as I am now, and I wish I had noticed it sooner. But I really, to be so blunt, at the time I needed something to get stuff off of my chest. I had no, what would be the right word or term, like a safe place away from all of my stress and all of my work. And it just, I mean, that's about all I can say on it. But um, to get to the next topic, I guess. Yeah, like, of course I do plan on stopping because it holds me back from doing a lot of things that I want to do. And with that, like, I really see the need to stop. Even though my addiction, like, it's gonna be hard to, just quit doing what I feel like helps me, but I also know it's not helping me. It's a double-edged sword. It's not really helping. It's just pushing things back. But yes, I do plan on stopping, and I don't know how long it'll take, but over time, I'm gonna try to take strides at stopping, and it helps me. And what I mean by that is it keeps me calm. I'm typically calm even without it, but I have a shorter temper, if that makes sense. Like, it's harder for me to justify things and to keep an open mind on things, to show more what I like to keep myself on. Like, I like to always be empathetic, but it's harder to be empathetic when I'm doing this stuff. It makes me as a person more calm and collected, but like I lose like my sense of like care for others, and I hate that. And especially when I don't have the option to use my source of addiction, like it does the same as well. So it's kind of like it's the better of two evils at this moment. And the main thing is that it keeps me out of my own head. And like, I don't want to sound crazy or nothing, but I do have my own troubles and problems. And like, to be honest, a lot of them are, I feel like a lot of them are self-inflicted, but I have a lot of other problems too that, just get me, what's the way of saying it? They just overwhelm me, and I'm basically trying to take the easy way out with either option of what I do, whether I try to ignore my addiction or if I use the addiction. Either way, I don't know, like, how to conquer this. But at the end of the day, the only thing that could truly help me is myself. But to give like some examples, I need to do some things differently with my life because at the moment I'm not really doing much, and it's creating the atmosphere for me to be stuck in this addiction. And the only way I can truly get out of it is, bottom line, is to help myself. And for that, I feel like things like getting a job or starting to socialize more, because I don't really. I know with some of my videos I socialize. I sound like I socialize a lot, but like there's levels to being social and just talking to people on a game. Or I say people like they're not my friends, but like just talking to people through a screen, through a mic, is not gonna help with my anxiety or my socializing with people. And I'm glad I'm more aware to that fact now, because for a time I thought, oh, I'm socializing and, you know, I'm not missing out, but I really am. And I realized that a lot of that, a, a, a good part of that comes from this addiction of mine. When I'm high, it makes me more social in a sense, but like it makes it, I feel like it calms me down and makes me stop thinking. But if I were to be thrown into a situation where I needed to socialize, I'd be nervous. I wouldn't know how to handle myself and I'd be overthinking. So I feel like getting myself back into the scope of hanging around people and socializing, especially working, and with the jobs I'm able to get, a lot of them will have the opportunities for me to work on that. And one more thing would be maybe working on myself. And like what I mean by that is like working out, or finding some kind of hobby to do, or making myself my version of my complete self. And with that, I feel like even though I'm struggling with these things right now, I still have a little bit of ambition. I feel like doing this YouTube stuff, I feel like it's a part of me that I actually really want to do this. And I feel like my addiction and the things that I'm lacking because of it are holding me back from this. Because with a job, I could do better with my YouTube, with better socializing. It'll become easier to speak in these videos, because I stumble over words a lot. I take a lot of pauses, and I feel like my thought process on things would just be a lot better if I worked on myself physically and mentally. Okay, so I've already gone over a few of them just while talking, but some of my ambitions are like working out, or even playing sports still, because I know I'm not in school anymore, and I don't really think at my current status I can get into a college and do any kind of sport. But just casual sporting, at least, like playing basketball, or just doing something outside in general. But I also, like, my main passion, it's not even an ambition, is cooking. And I still have all the time in the world to do that. But with my addiction, when I'm high, for instance, I don't feel like doing any of the things I love to do, especially cooking. I feel like I'm not giving my best effort. I get self-conscious about it, because typically when I'm cooking, I don't think much, and I just kind of go at my routine, my pace. And it's an art, it's a love, and yeah, that's just me. But with my struggles, it's handicapped, and it's keeping me from what could be my potential with the career. But other things I'd like to do are, I'm a family oriented man, and I feel like in my life I want to start a family, and like there's no chance that's gonna happen with my current status. And my addiction obviously holds me back, and it's a lot of people are going to see this and realize that's not someone who's at their best state right now. And it's holding back something I would really enjoy doing and love to do, which is to start a family. And I feel like that's life right there, and I'm missing out on so much of it due to my own personal problems. But if there's one other thing I could go into, it's my, and I've already spoken on it, but it's my ambition to start like making videos here on YouTube and, you know, creating content. And I want to be more creative, and I want to have the mental space to, you know, be able to do this on a consistent basis. I don't stay on a consistent schedule with it. I don't really feel the urge to, you know, put effort into speaking into my videos, and it's partially because of my anxiety, but at the same time, it's also because, you know, when I'm high, even right now, it takes a lot to get into this mood to start speaking on things that I might want to speak on, or just gaming in general. And yeah, I really want to do better with this too, because it's something that I could turn into more as well, and it could even be a half of my career, of my future career. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can say on it at the moment. Okay, so even like I said at the beginning of the video about my addiction, this is something only I can get rid of. This is something only I can overcome. And I can't even promise I can start at this moment to stop my problems with this. But I do want to, but at the same time, I know it's going to be hard, and I'm just not mentally balanced on this decision, with my thoughts on it. And sorry for pausing so much. I lose my train of thought sometimes, especially when I'm like trying to just open up. I don't have the words always to explain how I'm feeling. But if anyone does make it to this point of the video, if you wish to send any support or prayers, I know it may not even be that serious, but to like wish me good luck on stopping, then I would appreciate it. And I won't say no one has done that already in the past, because I have a close family member who, you know, has opened my eyes to this in the past and recently. And, you know, I feel more motivated. Even making this video, it makes me more motivated, and it's in part to that person also that I even want to like consider opening my mind to this thought. But like I said, anything would, like, I'd be appreciative to anybody who might want to, like, you know, wish me good luck on stopping. But to get on to something else, I've realized that with my addiction, I use it to, you know, push my thoughts down. But if I were to just open up more and to actually go and explore, and what I mean by that is to do the things that I have ambition with and even love towards, I wouldn't need this addiction. I wouldn't need weed. I wouldn't need a vape or any of the other things I might have partaken in the last, you know, 2-3 years. But it's tough to get through that. And at a time, I used to think it was so easy to get through addiction. I feel like it was always something that people just made excuses on. But being more open to it in the last couple of months, like, I realize it's a lot harder than it looks. And even something as serious as rehab would be considerable for me at this point, because I see myself and I'm aware of how I am when I'm on this stuff and when I'm without it, and withdrawals and all that. And I really want to stop. And I'm gonna try my hardest too. But I appreciate y'all listening to this, and it's a little tough for me to open up, but like I said, I appreciate it, and well, that's about it. I don't know what else to say, but see y'all. Honestly, thank y'all. I just want to go ahead and end this video off, though, with saying, um, with these things that I'm dealing with, they may prevent me from dropping videos as consistently as I want, but even with that, I'll still try to stay consistent with this because this is something I still want to do even once I take strides at, getting a job, which is something I need to really do because I'm only holding myself back by not doing so. And once I'm ready, I'm gonna really make a full stride at that. But even when I do that, I still plan on making these videos. So I'm practicing. What would it be called? I'm just trying to stay consistent with at least one thing at a time, and once I get to that, I'll speak on it. But I say it a lot, but thank y'all, and I hope y'all enjoy the video and me opening up a little.